Buenos dias, Fern Creek High School. My name is Josh Cooper.
And I am Caleb McFarland. We are both licensed realtors here at Knob and Key Realty in Louisville, and I am actually a Fern Creek alumni.
I'm just wearing an orange shirt. Sometimes I spend too much time at Fern Creek High School working with like the football team and stuff.
That's a good cover for why you're there.
Yep. I'm trying to learn how to read.
We just want to give you guys like a brief overview of when and how to use a realtor, and maybe even if you want to become a realtor. The first topic is renting versus buying. We're gonna make this hopefully as least boring as possible.
We might dance in the middle of it, and that would be hilarious.
So rent versus buying. So obviously I think everyone's been told when you rent, you're throwing your money away to someone else so they can make money. So why would you rent when you can buy? So buying obviously does have a little bit more money up front, but the good side is not like renting where you're throwing it away, you're putting your money into your home, you're building equity in that home, so you'll eventually get that money back and even hopefully make some money when you go to sell.
So let's just say that you don't want to rent a house, or you're like, man, I want to build my own dream home. Well, I think it's important to know a couple things. First things first, you need to be pre-approved. Now, nothing's worse is when someone calls you and they're like, man, I want to go look at this $600,000 house, but they've never talked to anyone from a bank. Now, unless you have a briefcase full of cash, which is pretty legit, right? As long as it's like a big briefcase, not like one of those little tiny briefcases that could actually hold that much cash, you need to talk to a bank. And that process is actually really easy, right?
Yeah, so actually the guy that I work with, he's a local guy. He can actually text you his application, and you can do it on your phone. So you can literally open up on your cell phone, fill out the application, give him all the documents you need, and get pre-approved without even having to go to an office and meet somebody. A quick phone call just to get an overview, but it's really as simple as that. To go along with what Josh is saying, when you get pre-approved, you're going to get a certain amount that you're approved for. You know, say in this case, it's $1 million. You know, you've been saving your cash, you have paid off all your debts, and you're just approved for a bunch of money. Now, the key is to not look at how much you're approved for, but look at what that monthly payment is going to be. Because the last thing you want to do is spend too much on your house and become house poor, because your monthly payment for that mortgage is just eating your entire budget away.
What people don't think about is they're like, oh, well, I can afford this house payment. But you can afford that house payment at the time, but do you want to be able to eat and buy groceries still, or hang out with your friends? Or let's just say you buy a house and you're 24, 25 years old. What if you have a kid? Those things are expensive.
Kids cost a lot.
You know, what happens if your car breaks down and you got to go fix it? Like, you can't just dump all your money into your house. So that guy, your lender, one man, woman, whatever, is going to give you like hey, this is what you're approved up to. You need to have the conversation like, hey, where am I going to be comfortable?
Yeah, because again, like you said, you want to be able to do other things. You don't want to spend all your money on your house payment and then you have no money left. So you just pay for your house to sit in it and not do anything else.
You don't even have furniture.
Yeah, you just lay on the floor
That's
because
not cool,
you can't
man.
afford anything else.
Yeah, or eat. You're like, well, I have grass outside.
Or your refrigerator, you can make ice in a bowl and throw some water in there and eat
ice salad.
cereal. Yeah. I mean, that's what I did in college, but that's okay.
You ate ice salad? That's why you're so skinny.
Bruh. The next thing is when and how to use a realtor. So I think the biggest confusion that I always get asked is when a realtor has a listing for sale, there's a sign in the yard that says that's their listing. People assume that you have to use that realtor to buy that house. And that's just not how it is. That person represents the seller selling that house. You need your own real estate agent as a buyer to represent you, and then those two realtors will work together.
Now, it's not to say that every realtor who lists a house is just trying to get money, but the whole point of listing a house is you're trying to help them sell that house, right? So your first love, that realtor's first love, is the person that they met and they've listed the house for, right? And then you just show up. Well, they're not really worried about you getting some great deal. It's not that they're doing it to be deceitful, but they're trying to make sure they can sell the house. So having a realtor to help you, to represent you, is key.
Yeah, that realtor selling that house, like Josh said, their first interest is the person selling. And then you want someone who's working for you that's going to be fighting for your best interest. And that's exactly how every transaction should go, so that way each party has equal representation to make sure the transaction goes how it should.
One big misunderstanding, huge misunderstanding, is that if I use a realtor to go find me a house, that's going to cost me money, Caleb. I'm going to have to pay 6%.
So you're buying a house, right?
Say I'm buying a house. Me, I'm just driving down the road. I see, oh, I need a house.
How much do you have to spend on a real estate agent as a buyer?
Don't I have to pay them 6%? Question mark.
0.
What? $0?
$0.
$0?
If you are buying a home, our services to you are 100% free.
That's got to be a trick.
Free 99.
You could pay you could buy me a Diet Coke.
You can give me whatever you want, but you're not required to. Actually, you can't give me whatever you
That's
want.
illegal.
It's illegal. Don't do that. When you are buying a home as a buyer, real estate agents to you are 100% free. So why not use one to your advantage that is going to fight for you to the death?
So at least one time in my life, I've been asked the question, should I become a realtor?
Just one?
Probably more than that.
Okay.
But should I become a realtor? And what would you say the answer to should I become a realtor is?
So I think you should do some deep meditation, sit in your basement in the dark,
Cross your legs like those one people do on the show.
listen to some chimes. I'm just kidding. The easy answer to that is if you are very self-motivated, you want to almost make your own schedule with the exception of, you have clients that you have to accommodate to. You want to be your own boss. You want to be in charge of how much you'll make financially. I think that is the biggest question. And I think another big thing is you have to be a people person because, as Josh will tell you, we deal with people
And
day in and day out.
sometimes they're in great moods. Sometimes they're not in great moods.
Not at all.
They're kind of like us. Like we're people.
We are?
And sometimes we wake up on the wrong side of the bed.
No. But what people don't understand is the amount that we actually have to deal with people. In some ways, we are therapists and we are mediators for everyone that is involved in a transaction, from your clients to the other people's clients, to your appraiser, to your inspector, to the lender, to the title company. There's so many humans involved in this that you have to want to be able to communicate and deal with problems with people that can always arise,
Yeah. So it's fun. I'll say this. I don't know what I was going to say. It's fun.
It's fun. If you have any questions about potentially becoming a real estate agent, or if you have no desire, but you're really interested in trying to figure out more about buying a house, give us a call.
Yeah. We hope that you guys have enjoyed your last several days of NTI instruction, or whatever that's called.
I didn't have that when I went to Fern Creek, so.
Yeah. We understand it's difficult to sit here and stare at videos on a computer all day long. Wait a minute. No, it's not. You do that all the time.
At least you have 2 beautiful faces to look at today.
It's 3.
Oh, 3. Sorry, Adam.
So, yep. Hope you guys have an awesome summer break. If you're graduating, we'll miss you like crazy, although we honestly don't know most of you. That's just a horrible way to end the video.
What'd you say it would be? Buenos noches? So is Buenos dias?
Buenos dias.
I
Buenas noches!